Good morning, reflectors.
Good morning.
That's right, it's Reflection Friday, May 29th. And we're not just reflecting on the week, we're reflecting on the entire month. It's so strange and so lovely when the last episode of the month falls on a Friday so we can have a fresh start next week. And it feels like more thoroughly we're closing the book on our month. Is that how you feel, Annette?
That is, and I'm looking forward to hearing your reflection because you had mentioned to me yesterday that you know what you want to reflect on. So I'm all ears, Ada.
There were three things that came up for me throughout the month that have just stuck with me, and they've helped me lead a more heart led life. Two of them are sets of questions that we shared with everyone so they can reflect on the first one, their inner anchor, and then the other set of questions was about noticing when we're grasping and striving for an outcome. I'm going to share those questions one more time because they have helped me so much.
Okay, just for clarity though, Ada, you used the phrase inner anchor. And yes, that first set of questions is to anchor us when we are practicing non-attachment. So we're going from being attached to the outcome to focusing on what was our intention, what was our effort.
That's right. You're right. I should have mentioned the non-attached part. They have helped me with my non-attachment. Can I share those questions now?
Yes.
I'm excited to talk about them.
Yes.
Did I show up with integrity? Did I act in alignment with my values? And the last one, did I give what I truly had to give? When I go through and I ask myself those questions, if I can say yes to all of them, then I'm good, regardless of the outcome. I know I showed up, gave it my all, I did what I thought was right, I had my values in mind, I acted with integrity. So what more can I ask of myself? If the outcome isn't what I wanted, but I gave it everything I had, I guess it just wasn't meant to be.
And the real kicker on this one is the realization that you can only control yourself.
That's
you can't
right.
control any other event. You can't control any other person. You can only control yourself.
That's right. And when we check in and look at our thoughts and look at our actions, because those are the only two things we can control in the entire planet, in the entire universe, our thoughts and our actions are it. That's it. So if I show up in any situation, no matter the outcome, and I ask myself these questions, did I show up with integrity? Did I act in alignment with my values? Did I give what I truly had to give? There's nothing more I could have done. And I have to let it go. You often remind me and our clients about this visual that I forget where you got it.
Al-Anon.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yes, that's right. Where you think of the situation and you put it in your hands like cup your hands like you're trying to catch water from a waterfall or a fountain, and then you hold it up and let it go like a little bird. You're just letting it go. And I think about that visual too, because if I put my integrity, my values, and what I truly had to give in that, then I just have to release it and let it go. So that was the first thing that hit me in the core because it's helped me so much. And then those second set of questions about when we're grasping and striving for a specific outcome. I've asked this first question so many times.
To yourself?
To myself when I'm unhappy with what's going on, if I'm frustrated or I'm depressed or anything, this first question, what am I hoping will happen? And sometimes I put it in the past tense. What was I hoping would happen? And checking in that how I'm feeling is because I had this expectation about the outcome of a situation and it wasn't happening the way I wanted it to. That expectation was setting me up for failure. Because if I was putting my happiness and my day and that moment on this specific outcome that I was hoping was going to happen,
it leads to disappointment.
Every single time, yes, it leads to disappointment. Every single time. There hasn't been one time where I'm disappointed in something and I ask myself, what was I hoping would happen? What was the outcome I was expecting? And there's the mismatch. Oh, that's why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. And it's not to have zero expectations, but that checking in of this is why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. there's this mismatch between expectation and reality. Don't give up the expectation, but also honor and be non attached to what the reality of the situation is.
Again, because you can only control your thoughts and your actions.
I guess, yeah, if we're going to sum up my reflection so far, it's a big reminder that I'm only in control of myself.
Yes.
And to give up even the expectation that I can control. And if I do everything right, a situation will turn out a specific way. And we see that so many times throughout the years that we've been coaches, where people will look at their lives and see so many situations that aren't turning out the way that they hope. And they'll say, "Oh, what's wrong with me?" I have compassion and understanding and empathy for that experience of, I feel like I'm trying so hard and doing everything right, but people aren't kind, work isn't working out. There's just a whole array, but it all points back to what's wrong with me that these situations aren't working out.
And that's what gets us into trouble, because it's probably not about us at all.
It never is. We can't control what other people do.
I don't want to say it never is, because if we haven't been showing up well, then
that's true.
We do have to take responsibility for our contribution. I'm wondering, this question 4 in that second set, what would it look like to stay open instead of certain? That is where, to me, that openness allows for some self-reflection. Did I show up well? Have I contributed? And then if we have, like say we weren't showing up well, we can apologize. But remember, the only true apology is changed behavior. So how did you work with this? What would it look like to stay open instead of certain?
When I check in with the outcome that I was hoping would happen in my expectations, it's so much easier for me to stay open. And I've noticed that I'm actually then open and okay with the outcome because I took away my expectation. There's this sense of realization, oh, I was expecting A, but I got B. Well, what can you do? And it's not a nihilistic, oh, well, what can you do? Just give up kind of what could you do? It's like, well, now I'm in this situation with a outcome that I didn't want, but it is the outcome I'm dealing with. It is what it is. Now what should I do? What's next? What's the next step from here? And it has allowed me to stay more open instead of certain, because I'm not attaching so much weight to that certain outcome that I was hoping for.
Well, attachment will always lead to suffering. I think we can say that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, just dropping truth bombs left and right over here. You can only control yourself. Attachment always leads to suffering.
Well, this is lived experience over here.
In that attachment, when I'm attached to the outcome, I'm not being heart-led. I'm fear-led.
Yes.
And the other thing, the last thing I wanted to reflect on, it goes with these other two reflections. When I tune in to my heart and I experience the inner ugh, that's when I know I'm going off track from being heart-led. There were a number of situations throughout the month where I felt that inner ugh inside of me. Just that, this doesn't feel right. And I'll notice the fear in me. I'll notice the fear in someone else with what they're doing and how they're acting. And that recognition of the inner ugh helps me make a better decision to be more heart-led. I look back on my life and recognize all the years where if I had the inner ugh but didn't listen to it, I would react with fear every single time. It's when I realized and learned that I have this inner ugh and it's trying to help me out by telling me something's not right here, and it's not specific, it's not right here, and this is why. I have to tune into it and ask it, just like we're saying throughout the week. We have to tune into our hearts to see what they're saying. So feeling that inner ugh, looking at the situation, and not reacting, giving myself a chance to pause, then I can lead with my heart. That inner ugh, there's so much wisdom in it.
I always think of that as my inner guidance system.
It is.
Well, thank you so much, Ada. I know you were excited to share your reflection today, and I appreciated it.
Do you have anything you want to reflect on? Well, I know the inner anchor questions for non-attachment stood out for you as well. You've written them on an index card and given them to several of our clients.
my main takeaway, even though the attachment, detachment, non-attachment was what I brought to the podcast. That has helped me, yes. But what turned out to be your 6 steps where I'm becoming aware of the role that I'm playing in a certain situation could be a formal role, but then also could be I'm trying to show up as that fixer or the people pleaser or the this, that, and the other, the caretaker. And then the expectations that are attached to that, seeing then how those expectations have played out in my life, thinking about the fear that might come up inside of me when I think about letting go of those expectations, like letting go of being the fixer, and then how I'm abandoning myself to maintain the role. Like I'm holding on so tight because I've created an identity for myself around that role. And then recognizing what I can gain by letting go of the fear and allowing myself to be heart-led. I've been thinking about that ever since you made that into a 6-step process, and it's helping me a lot. That's something that I'm going to continue working on after we say goodbye. I'm going to put this on a note card for myself because that's been very impactful for me this month.
Maybe we need to make it into a handout in our office.
Maybe we do.
So thank you for reflecting with me, Annette. I'm so excited about our new theme on Monday. We're not going to share it right now.
We kind of gave a lot of hints, though. And we're going to talk about it in our newsletter, which we're going to be releasing before Monday.
So if you would like a advanced notice of what we're going to talk about, subscribe to our newsletter. Just go to AnnetteandAda.com, scroll all the way to the bottom. There's a sign up there. We only send out one a month. We don't like to spam people, or I can't stand the ones where you sign up and then it's one every day or every 6 hours.
This is once a month only.
Literally one time a month for our Development Digest, and we would love to have you join us for that. So for our intention today, let's all reflect on our greatest takeaway for our month of living a heart-led life. Thank you so much for joining us today, this week, and this month. Our day is better because you are part of our day. See you Monday.
See you then.
I'm wanting something more, and I'm ready to be